Hey folks, Jim McCallum here with Our Hometown. You may think that we're here in some world-class restaurant, but oh no, we're here at Brunswick Community College. We have a great interview. We have two great interviews for you today. So stay with us as we explore our hometown. My guest is Doug Terhune. Doug has been with the foundation and the Board of Trustees for a number of years. He's also my good friend. Doug, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Jim.
We have a great story to tell, for you to tell today, about the culinary program here at Brunswick Community College. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's talk about where the idea came from. I think you were instrumental in that, but tell us more about that.
Well, I joined the foundation here at the college back in about 2005. I'm a member of the Rotary Club of Charlotte, and a former member who was the director of the foundation here asked me to join the foundation one day, and I said, that sounded like a great idea, but I had no idea what the foundation was. So I came on board, and I was on here for 9 years on the foundation, and we raised a lot of money for scholarships for the local students. And from there, I was asked to be on the Board of Trustees. That was about 6.5 years ago, and I was very honored to take on that responsibility. And I guess it was about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we had a meeting here at the college, and it was about this cafeteria. We had early college high school students that were using this, our old...
We're sitting in the old cafeteria.
This is the old... We are
you.
right now in the old cafeteria. Many of you locally may remember this old cafeteria if you've been to school programs here, but we had our early college high school students eating lunch here, and we were talking with the Board of Education about transferring these students here over to our main cafeteria just down the hall. And once we realized that that was going to happen, then we knew that we had an empty cafeteria once again.
Sure.
And that's when the idea came to me that, you know what, maybe we need to repurpose this cafeteria and potentially turn it into a culinary school. So that's the, if you want to call it, the genesis of the idea of the school and the program.
Our viewers should know that you contributed rather heavily to this program.
Well, put it like this: I've lived in, I've been a resident of Brunswick County for 16 years,
Right.
And I've been blessed. I've been in real estate through that time, and it's been a real good 16 years, and it was an honor to give back to this community because it's been so good to me.
Absolutely. Okay, we're moving forward to currently. Your grand opening was a month or so ago, is that right?
That's correct.
In this very room, we had 100 or 120 people.
Sure did.
We had our students showing their wares, so to speak, the food that they produced.
Oh yeah.
Your students are already on board.
Oh yeah, they were very much on board.
Is that for the fall semester?
Yeah, that was for the fall semester. In the fall semester, we had 7 daytime students. We had 2 nighttime, and I was just confirmed a few minutes before we were here, and I don't know if that's still right. I hope it's still right, but all 7 are coming back for the second course. It's a 2-semester course that they offer here, and all 7 of the daytime students are coming back. So we're pretty happy about that.
Let's talk a little bit about the curriculum, because this is a pretty sophisticated program in terms of the food preparation process. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very much so.
These young students will be prepared to be chefs in some of our finer restaurants.
Absolutely. That's what they're coming here for, is to learn how to not just cook the food, but how to prep it, how to clean up. There's a whole lot to learn about food.
There's an entire science to it.
Absolutely.
Are you a foodie?
This is not Burger King. I love to cook, so this was something that was after my own heart.
I happen to know you're a pretty sophisticated cook in your own right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about facilities here. They're just terrific. They're world class.
the facility here, we were blessed with having the space, and that's what it
Sure.
that's what it took to actually have the bare bones. And we came in here, and we'll just start out in this room here. This was the old cafeteria, and looking around here, I mean, it just doesn't even look anything at all like it used to. Had old gnarly ceiling tiles and floors, ripped all that out, and all new ceilings, put a whole new wall back in here. We've got huge monitors up here for this, all new tables out here. We've got a chef's table right here. But inside, we're gonna, I believe, have a tour in a few
Sure,
minutes.
right.
We have all new equipment throughout the kitchen area too. And we have an actual teaching center, which didn't used to have that in there, of course.
Talk about what a teaching center is.
Well, the teaching center is where the instructor is going to be in there, and I believe it's up to 8 people at a time that can be in the class, and there's TV monitors. So if you're at the back of the class on one of your own tables, you can look up on the monitor and you'll be able to actually see the teacher preparing the food, whatever they're doing. And so it's high tech, it's state of the art for teaching food preparation and food cooking.
Sure. What's the program going to look like in 2, 3, 4, 5 years?
Well, it's a dream, obviously,
Sure.
Jim, but our goal is to get to the point where we have an offering for the students locally here where they can come in here and get an AS degree in culinary arts. Hospitality will be a part of that. Remember, part of the impetus for this is the fact that this is Brunswick County.
Right.
We're sandwiched in between Wilmington, we're sandwiched in between Myrtle Beach, and we have in our own right, a lot of tourism that goes on here. So it makes sense and natural that we have a lot of restaurants here, and we have a tremendous, and I mean this seriously, we have a tremendous need for students coming out of this facility with culinary skills. The local restaurants, they will snap those people up in seconds.
That was going to be my next question.
Well, I beat you to it.
Each of these is going to have instant job opportunities.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And if I can just
Sure.
point this out, I've got a number of friends that own restaurants. And that was actually also part of the reason why I came up with this idea. It wasn't just for the students that were coming out of the local high schools that weren't going to become attorneys, real estate agents, or brain surgeons, et cetera. There's just a lot of good kids coming out of schools that culinary arts might be of interest to them. But it's the restaurateurs that I think can benefit from this tremendously, because if you own a restaurant in Brunswick County, you know the challenges on a daily basis of not only finding a good person, but keeping that person interested and keeping that person coming back to work, okay? And the more skills they have, the better chances are they'll stay on longer.
Yeah. For our viewers out there, there are plenty of ways they can contribute as well. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. This is a living, eating, breathing organism right here. And we have scholarship opportunities that are coming up shortly. We have needs for equipment that are here.
Contributions large and small?
Absolutely, large and small. And one thing I like to point out is that in my side of the world in real estate, we work with predominantly with people that are moving here from out of state and retiring to this area. And we know there's a lot of people sitting here in Brunswick County that certainly have the wherewithal to contribute.
Here.
On that note, I'm glad you brought that up, Jim. On that note, I don't even know if you know this or not, but I had Greg Bland here, our VP, put together the cost of one semester, okay, of classes for one student. And that includes your jacket, includes your hat, all the food items, et cetera. Do you want to guess what one semester, full semester, fully burdened cost for one student is?
I have no idea.
$485 gets a student a full semester of classes. And I think the semester is 12 weeks. I think it's 12 weeks of classes. So where else can you go in the world and get this kind of an education for $485? Let alone we are receiving scholarships as we talk, as we speak. We're receiving scholarships, so some people can even come here for free.
I used to say the BCC was a hidden jewel here in our Brunswick County, but that's no longer the case. It's become one of the mainstay institutions in our entire county, and well known now around the nation. Talk about that.
We're very proud on behalf of the trustees. President Dr. Gene Smith, and everybody else on his staff. Brunswick Community College has been rated the #1 community college in America.
Right.
#1 community college in America the past 2 years. Obviously, there's a lot of qualifications. There's a labyrinth of statistics that has to follow, et cetera, how we got that. But dadgummit, we got it. We're #1 for 2 years in a row. And we're very proud of that here. And this is just it's exciting. Here we are in little sleepy Brunswick County, but it's growing like crazy.
No longer sleepy.
It's no longer sleepy. No, not if you drive up down 17. Not like it used to be. It's getting busy.
Doug, in the larger sense, here's your chance. You're a great salesman. Look right into this camera and tell everyone why they should come see our campus first, and then support our college.
Well, whether you've been here all your life, or whether you've just moved here, or whether you're thinking about moving here, a college in the center of a community is extremely important. Education of all people is extremely important. One side note here is that I was, in a former time in my life, I was a training manager, and I went to a course in Raleigh. And the one thing I took away from that course, Jim, was the instructor said, for old people, unless old people have information coming in and going out on a regular basis, and being challenged mentally, your brain becomes mush. Okay, so from an educational standpoint, come up and take a cooking class. Come up and learn how to speak Spanish. Come up and take a photography class.
Hundreds of courses.
Oh my goodness gracious. I think everybody probably looking at this who's an ATMC subscriber is also has a mailbox and gets the program guide that comes out twice a year.
Which I just received recently.
You should have just received that. So the culinary school, our basketball program, our baseball program, some of the best in the country. Some of the best in the country athletes are coming here to our school. We're so blessed to have a phenomenal, I really mean that, a phenomenal couple of programs here for baseball and basketball.
Doug Terhune, we have more to do here today, but I get to thank you for all that you've done for Brunswick Community College and for being my good friend.
Jimmy, it's my pleasure, buddy.
My background of growing up in a rural community in Illinois, treating patients in a rural community is a wonderful feel, and it's something that I feel really comfortable with and I truly enjoy. I also see tons of opportunity because this really has been an underserved area and region with respect to what I do the most and what I do the best, which is, sports medicine and complex sports injuries, as well as shoulder replacement, revision shoulder replacement, and reverse total shoulder. In my practice, I see an awful lot of athletic injuries of all types. So that is not really, joint specific, but really complex knee, hip, ankle, shoulder, you name it, and I see a lot of those injuries. I really want to make sure that I adapt to the team and what the skill set is already present here and the skill set that I have and how to complement that. And we have a great surgeon and my partner that treats an awful lot of hip and knee problems, especially in a population that deserves knee replacement and hip replacement. So I'm happy to say, Craig, you do what you do wonderfully. I like to think I do an awful good job on the things I do, and the two of us, I think, complement and treat almost every orthopedic condition that anyone would need. I would say that the most important thing to understand with respect to treating athletic orthopedic injuries is that surgery is not the first line of treatment, and the vast majority of patients that I see do not need and do not receive surgery as a primary treatment option. There's so many things we can do to get you back doing what you want to do. And it starts with understanding that it's really important to people that they can exercise or play tennis or run or lift weights or whatever they enjoy. And it's my job to make sure that they can get back to doing that with less pain, with higher performance, and enjoy their lives to their maximum.
Okay, we're here in the culinary teaching area. My guest is Lisa Schultz.
Nice to meet
Lisa,
you.
I want to get this right. You're the coordinator of community service programs.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
And we're going to ask you to give us a tour
Okay.
of the teaching area and the kitchen.
Okay.
And maybe there's a surprise in the kitchen. Who knows?
Who knows?
We're up for whatever happens.
That's right.
But there's a lot of really good technology in this area, and I want to talk about it
Okay.
at some length. Let's move over to my right
All right.
and talk about this very unique piece of technology. Tell us what that is. Tell our viewers about
So
it.
this is a cooktop that our students use to cook various things. This way the students can be out in this cooking area together. It helps for camaraderie in the kitchen.
Sure.
And they help each other, which is great. Some of the students don't learn as fast as others, so they help each other. And this gives them the open space to kind of move around and each kind of do each other's, help each other with their projects.
Hey, we have 2 at each table, and I'm losing track, maybe 10 tables.
I think there's 8 tables, I believe.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
then let's say there are 16 of these, and 16 students can be working
Yes, sir.
simultaneously.
Yes, sir.
Now, there's a lot more going on. Behind me is a screen.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
talk about that, because I think the instructor can appear on screen for all the students.
Yes, sir. So there's a camera directly up above us that shines down on anything that the instructor does, and it projects in this camera, and it will
see.
project in that camera. And also, the camera here follows the projector all over the room, anywhere that she goes.
Wow.
So anything that she does, if she goes down to help another student, that camera will follow her to help that student. Also, those cameras give us the technology if we want to do an online class. So if you sign up for an online class, we tell you what products you have to have, and then she'll come here and cook.
No kidding.
And then you can cook in your home and see her just like if you were in the classroom.
And for the students that are seated here, is it sufficiently interactive that they can communicate with the instructor?
Yes, yes.
Because that's important.
It is definitely important. And knife skills, chopping, that kind of stuff is important. You need to be able to directly see what she is doing with those skills. So this camera gives us that direct contact, even though that student may be at the back of the classroom.
And the more I hang around here, the more I understand when you talk about cutting skills. And this is a very sophisticated curriculum that we're working
Yes,
on.
sir. We want to teach our students to be able to go, they may have to start from the bottom, but we want them to fastly move up and show their skills, what they have, and because we want them maybe to own their own restaurants or be the top chef in a top restaurant.
Right.
That's what we want. We want our students to reach their goals, whatever they may be.
When I was here for the grand opening, one of the students told me that he or she begins with sauces and things like
Yes.
that are very fundamental to sophisticated cooking.
Exactly right. Yes, she started them out with slow, with chopping and sauces and broths and that kind of stuff, and then moved them up to cooking. Well, what you tasted at our grand opening, which was pretty great.
Terrific. It was remarkably
They did
good.
a really great job.
They did
with
a
it.
great
They
job.
Did, yes, they have done.
There's so much here to see. Could we move to your left and talk about the NCC piece of technology here?
Yes, this is our point of sale system. We wanted to teach our students how the servants will put in their food, and it will print out into the kitchen to let them know what the servants are asking for. So we wanted them to have that technology and actually see what is going on when the servants enter what they want on the plates. So this, in our second semester, they will train on the point of sale system and be able to do that.
And this is fundamental to restaurant management.
Oh, for sure, yes,
Right?
yes, for sure, definitely. Every restaurant that I've been in has some type of point of sale system that they use. So we definitely wanted them to have that technology and knowledge with them when they leave us, that they would be able to use that.
We're looking at some coffee makers. Obviously, they're very much available here and there. So let's move on just a little bit, if we might. What about this item here, the bun?
So these are actually for the coffee makers. You make your coffee in here.
Okay.
And these warmers actually keep the coffee warm while you're serving.
Sure.
So say you're having a big party out there and you want decaf and regular coffee, you put them on those warmers and they're ready there.
Sure.
And the coffee maker can make us a big urn of coffee in 5 minutes.
All of which is just fundamental to a good
For
restaurant
sure,
management.
definitely. Yeah, it definitely is for sure.
We'll get some good camera views of the various tables or workstations as we move forward.
And the students really love being out here and being able to work together.
I bet they do.
And having that one-on-one with the teacher. It's a bigger area than being in the kitchen, so it gives them a little bit more freedom. But they really do like this area.
You've already spoken about the students working together, but that's important because we learn by working with others.
For sure, and we definitely do. And that camaraderie in the kitchen is so important. As you'll see, the kitchens
Sure.
are so much smaller than this area. Working and having that camaraderie with each other, when you're in that small kitchen, that makes a difference.
So true.
It does,
So
for
true.
sure, yes.
Right. A large commercial freezer or fridge.
Refrigerator, yes,
Yeah.
sir, which is important, and especially for us, well, and for everybody, but for us, like the day class uses one side, the evening class uses the other side. They share if they need to, but it's kind of helps us with what they need for their classes. So it is really nice to keep everything, and plus we love having it out here. It makes it easier for the students to get to what they need.
Over
sure.
time, you can see not just 18 or 20, but dozens and dozens of students enrolled for a
sure.
semester.
Yes, sir. We want on Monday through Friday, morning and night is what we want.
So that's more than a few dozen.
More, yeah.
The numbers have gone up already.
They are, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're
All right.
looking at spring
Lead the
coming
way.
up.
Lead the way, and we'll
right.
circle on around here.
So we're coming around into the kitchen area that shows.
Oh, it's Doug Terhune.
What?
Doug, what do you got cooking?
Well, welcome to the kitchen, everybody. This is where everybody's most interested about. We've got a couple things going on here today. First one is a big pot of Brunswick stew. And our Brunswick stew has some local fresh butter beans in it. So we technically call it Brunswick Community College stew, just so you know. And that's what's in this pot. We also have right here, we've got what do we have today? Chicken marsala. We've got
All right.
chicken marsala in there. We've got mashed potatoes back here. We've got a whole pot of gravy. And in the oven, we've got some corn souffle. So come and join us, everybody. Come to Brunswick Community College. Come on, bring your appetite. Come visit us.
Doug, you told me you were a foodie, and wow, the outfit is just terrific.
Yes, for sure.
Just terrific.
Yes.
All right, we're going to move on just around the corner.
Come on by.
All
but
right.
we do want to take a look at the commercial cooking facilities here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We get the butter
Tell us more about that.
So this is our grill section that you can grill shrimp, salmon, or whatever kind of grilling that we need. We have 6 burners here, and then 2 ovens, and they make some good yeast rolls.
And if I didn't, I bet they do.
Yes.
And if I didn't say so, all this is new.
It is, yes,
is
sir.
all
It
new?
is. We have a few things that come from this.
Sure.
Came from our other kitchen, so we did try to use some of our stuff that we had stored up, so that we could put money in other places that we needed. And this is a big soup broth.
I wondered about that.
Yes, sir. So this little handle pulls it down so that you don't have to be picking up a big pot of broth or chili or whatever kind of soup you want to make, clam chowder, any of that good
I'm
stuff.
hungry already.
I know, right?
Wow.
This kitchen will make you hungry.
Okay, we're going to drift a few more feet down
Okay.
the way here.
So these are just a little prep table where they prep, and we try to keep, our knives and stuff like that handy for students. As you can see, there's pots and stuff. So what we do is that we put our pots and stuff up there. They will dry there because you're not allowed to stack those. So we put them up here while they dry, and then they're put away after that.
And of course, cleanliness is
Definitely, for sure.
critical.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
And then this is a little dishwasher. We hope one day to have a bigger one, but this one does a good job right now. It's just a small little dishwasher, but it does a really good job. So yeah. And as you can see, we have
All the cookware over here.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. For the induction ovens, we have to have flat pots. So you'll see a lot of these flat plots, which helps them to sit down on the induction ovens and
Sure.
induction stovetop, and they give us a better, smoother,
better
cook.
product.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then you'll see 3 sinks because we have a sanitized sink, a rinsing sink, and a washing sink, which everything has to go through each step before it is put up to dry.
Wow.
And then this is just another prep a prep table here. And these are our vegetable and meat sinks where we wash our vegetables and prepare our meats and stuff in here.
Carolyn, we didn't talk about your instructors, but you have several very experienced instructors.
Yes, sir.
I said Lisa, I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's okay. Yeah, we do. We have 2 very good instructors that we have one that was our daytime instructor this time, Tammy Mullis, and she is currently employed as the Brunswick County Senior Resource Center. And she has done a really good job with our day class. And then we have Lakeisha Giles, who is our evening instructor, which will be coming to daytime next semester. So, and they've done a really good job so far. So we do have students who are coming Mondays and Wednesdays during the daytime, and Tuesdays and Thursdays during the daytime also.
Wow.
Yeah, so next
Already?
semester is looking good. Yeah, it's looking good so far.
That's
But
great.
we can always take more.
Of course.
Yes.
We want our viewers to know that.
That's
don't we?
right. We want them to know we can always take more. Yes.
And for those that want more information about the program here, they can contact you?
Yes, sir. They can contact me at 910-755-8083, or you can also call Carla Rivera at 910-755-7378.
Always good to have the phone numbers. There's more storage that we will not enter into, but the facility is even larger than
Yes.
what we've seen already.
Yes. It's a
Lisa.
great facility. We really appreciate what Doug has done for us to bring this here and for our students.
And we're glad to be able to tell your story.
Thank you, sir.
Lisa.
I appreciate
Thanks so
it.
much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So what's very important for us as a local hometown insurance agency is that there is that accountability there. I always tell someone, if I make you mad, you'll probably find me at the grocery store or sitting at a restaurant. We can talk then, but I always try to make myself available and be responsive to my clients' needs. It took me a long time to realize that I was more than just a paper pusher or an insurance policy quoting machine. This is a relationship business, and a lot of people, when they buy insurance, is because they worked hard for this asset. Maybe it's their home or their auto, and they want to protect it. They want to make sure they have the right coverage for it. So it does give me a lot of satisfaction to know that I'm helping others and giving them that peace of mind. And hopefully they don't have to file a claim, but if they do, I'm going to be their best friend and right beside them to make sure that they're treated fairly and quickly and getting the payout they deserve from the insurance company.
For us, it's just about knowing that folks have somebody that they can reach out to personally, build a relationship with personally, and know that there is somebody that cares. Even when something difficult is happening, you still have that person that you can reach out to. Our niche and our specialty is definitely coastal property insurance. We pride ourselves on being knowledgeable in the arena of flood insurance and knowledgeable in the arena of wind coverage, and just preparing our clients for what is unfortunately the inevitable. Living here at the beach, we've seen more than our fair share of hurricanes these past few years.
So we have a saying around here that says, when we shop, you win. And I really think that the reason is, as an independent insurance agency, we represent several different companies. Not one of those companies pays for my retirement. So I don't have a loyalty to one company. And I really can take a client's insurance needs and review it and make sure that I find them the right coverage, and we want to find them a decent price or the most competitive price. I never like to say the lowest price, but I want them to leave the office with their policy understanding what they have, feeling like they're getting a good value for it, and also having that peace of mind that they're protected if they do need it.
Thanks to the great folks at Brunswick Community College for hosting us here today so that we can showcase the Culinary Arts program. We look forward to staying in touch with you on Our Hometown.